Welcome back to the VTuber News. This is Salvi, the one who resides on the right side of your screen most of the time, and I'm here now just to remind you guys that I do have a goal for, at the very least, until my birthday in June. I would love to be able to reach 20k subscribers, so if you could please subscribe and continue to watch these videos whenever you have a chance, I would really appreciate it. Just a small reminder, of course, and do enjoy the rest of the video. They have imploded, as we're talking about Luminara Legacy, a VTuber production brand. They had recently come out in 2025 to, help VTubers produce things like, MomoCon meet and greets, things like that. That's the most recent things. Helping others, get their things going, whether it be getting connections to different agencies to get merch and things like that. They had been doing a lot. And we have some big news. They have imploded, pretty much. We're talking about this here, which is Luminara launches 2025. Waves of Talents and events like chess tournaments, music festivals, unraveled on May 26th of this year. CEO Kamana deleted his account after posting about family priorities, while former partners like Zentrea accused him of misusing her name in pitches and lying to clients. Staff cited poor communication and grievances highlighted fulfilled promises from his past groups. No financial crimes surfaced, but talents now embrace indie pass with community backing. Of course, we're going to support anybody who decides to go their own way after this whole big debacle. And we are going to start things off with Zentrea saying, I am so effing heartbroken. I feel partially responsible for so many people getting hurt by these events. We had just started a partnership and he was doing a fairly decent job at the time, no issues with anyone. Jump forward to maybe a few months later, I learned through many good friends that my name was being used in a way to lure people in under a guise of false pretenses, and they had all backed off, which I apologized to them for his actions. I immediately confronted him and terminated. I had no idea people still joined after I had already parted ways with Kamana. To hear that people still were thrown in using my name and how he built me up. Yes, the statement was used, built her up. He built herself up. He didn't do anything to build her up, not the way she was. Yes, the statement was used. My manager spoken to him and heard from others that Kamana would say he built my channel and how he used my name consistently in all the conversations, even going as far as to approach them in person with promises of unprofessional verbiage. Hearing that so many people have been affected in this is very, I don't know, he would then go on to effing destroy an entire agency he built. He even wanted me to join, knowing I was furious with him. I even stated to him personally to keep my name out of any more future conversations. How do you go about using my name to destroy others' futures, man? I remember I was so effing mad. And at that point, I don't really know what to believe in anymore, anything he said anymore. He lied to me, to my manager, to many others. I was used and my name was affected many others. And if I had known it had gotten this bad behind the scenes to the point that he stopped using my name, I would have said something. I'm sorry, and my heart goes out to all those affected by the situation, and seeing everything else coming out makes my heart sink so much. Piapi says, yeah, he told me basically built your channel and was your manager, but I knew better and wanted you to know right away. The nerve of some people. Sarah, it isn't your fault, Zen. I'm so sorry. I remember him logging into your YouTube to prove that he managed it. I cannot believe he did this, S. I'm so happy he isn't getting away with it. Thank you for speaking out. Nobody deserved this, S. He logged into my S in front of you? What? Yeah, no, that is beyond holy moly. The only one who should be apologizing for him is for throwing your name around. Is him for throwing your name around. Can't believe this happened. Aiden Mixture, it's not your fault at all. These actions are his alone. These are his actions and his alone. You're reaching out and communicating shows you have amazing heart. We are here for you. Not your fault at all. He's just a clever manipulator. And going on to the person here, Sarah, who they were talking about. Says here, I was given the opportunity to join Luminara and turned it down. Past worked for Kamana through 2 management groups that fell apart. Lots of people were hurt in those as well. Originally joined because he promised me to help with my social medias as he was running Zentrea's YouTube channel. He was promising growth, and I spent thousands on editors for him to hardly help and keep passing me off to the others. When I met him in person, he kept flexing any and every connection he had. Although people cannot say S for professional reasons, if you notice, there were many red flags around Luminara. It worried me so much seeing such amazing people working with them, talents and staff. I'm so sorry that what you're going through. I'm sure many of you were blindsided and you deserve better. Going on here, Charlotte Vale. I never wish to do a call-out post on my platform, but I do feel this is important as a fear person danger to women. Cannot speak for others. But me and CEO Luminara Kamana were seeing each other in the last 18 days, talking about being a couple. We met at MomoCon in person, and this is where I started to see red flags. All text and conversations between us are primarily positive for me trying to move on, but a Discord call last night confirming my suspicions. I don't have anything left to say to him due to respect. I don't wish to expose who the victims are, and it just sticks to my own experience. There's the reason I'm making a post to begin with. One, he was pushy for relations, physical relations. Granted, we are adults, so we talked about sleeping together during weekend. This isn't a surprise, it's just the way he would ask for it. Forcing my hand down on his member, dragging my hand across his erection in public, even though I voiced plenty, I'm not into public PDA, complaining about the condom, asking for a release and never getting one. Did he arm me though? No, I gave my consent to do it, and it was uncomfortable. He found out one of his talents to be extremely beautiful. She is, no denying that, but to keep repeating it over and over how pretty she was and wanting to buy her things made me feel uncomfortable. That's another thing. Love bombing. During the act, he said, I love you. I don't know about it, but I can't love someone after 18 days, especially after seeing other people. Then yesterday, he said, I love you again before hanging up. Texting me saying he said it. I'd say I never said it, and he for sure did. So love bombing is another issue. 4, lying. Regards to the R in question, no one outright said it to me, or it was or wasn't. I only just met these people and I was a stranger to the group, so I took backseat since I was confused. I heard too many sides. I didn't know what was true or what wasn't. This is insane. Last night I heard from Kamana that everything smoothed over. They talked. Everyone's moving on. My girl was telling me otherwise. So the victim in question I talked over Discord last night. She said it was the exact same pattern. Kamana was showing the attention, the I love you, the let me fly you out and live with me. This reminds you a lot of Saikuno as well. And no, nothing was smoothed over. The victim broke down in tears when I told her that she said she got a confession apparently of him saying he did in fact R her. They should go to the police for this. They should absolutely go to police for that. Have I read his confession? No, but I do believe Kamana has the mindset and personality to be a manipulative person to get what he wants, and he could lead to R 100%. As I said, this is all alleged, of course, it's all alleged, but if it's true, go and, I have to say alleged. I do believe it myself. I have to say alleged because, legally it hasn't been adjudicated in court. I do have to say alleged. I know you guys are going to hate me for saying that. These are allegations, accusations. If they are true, though, which, I believe the person who's saying it, I'm not saying it's not, go to the police. Dear God, go to the police. As I said, I was lucky I wasn't R, and I do feel uncomfortable after the con, learning more about him as a person. I would never take the time to write this if I didn't feel it was a potential threat. So over here, Vixie, you're brave to speaking on this. I'm so tired of the ego, power-hungry idiots, bro. You deserve someone who actually wants you and shows you that. Not some side dish to keep in case the main course is the points. Other people are just giving her lots of support. You can see him use mystery as well. That's generally so effing twisted. After diving into everything, it's definitely too much of a horrible act. It goes on and on. He did remove his account. Real Kamana is gone. They are deleted. And there are many others. There's Sarah, that was one of the ones that didn't mention it. PFO, Luminara pretended I was signed talent to get money from investors. I feel bad for anyone that fleeced. After I found out, I warned others to get legal help. But between the scam and vshojo implosion, it was very intense summer 2025. I know that I know well that I'm not the only one, but I'm sure more will come forward, and they did. We have Victoria, who says, neither Zolan and I were ever friends, partners, business partners, or otherwise with Kamana and Luminara. If he told you otherwise, he was lying. Zolan has been getting DMs about Kamana using his name to influence people and add credibility to Luminara himself. We had one meeting back when Luminara was starting, outlined by Zolan's post. I told Kamana to his face, being pressed about joining Luminara, which seemed to surprise him. I do not think he was prepared to our business question. I'm genuinely sorry for the people who this affects. I'm sorry you used their names to manipulate others. These people, no, both Victoria, Zen, others do not deserve anything other than support in these situations. So yeah, a lot of people. Sarah says, pardon you too. Yeah, I think he banked on people not talking to one another. VTubing suffers from isolation, so he banked on people not saying a thing. Continuing on, Cultist Solon mentions the whole thing. When Vex was starting, they were approached the meeting in person with Luminara. The meeting in person was friendly enough. Kamana seemed like a nice dude with genuine dreams. Like, I've talked to him before myself as well. He did seem like a genuine guy who just seemed like a genuinely fun dude, nice guy, wanting to, chat with others, wanting to help other people. I was never scouted myself, but I did talk to him about certain things, and I talked to him in, wanting to maybe be involved with Luminara and things like that. Never went anywhere. He actually was, well, more than like I was ghosted about that, probably because I wasn't big enough, but I was ghosted, I'll just be honest. In the meeting, neither of us understood. They wanted to put on events. They wanted to provide YouTube editing. They wanted to provide all that kind of stuff. How said they were going to pay for the editors. They said everyone would be paid. Red Flag 2 was having absolutely no plan to sustain the organization, no matter the questions we asked. All the money was coming from investors. Red Flag 3, Kamana was continuing to bring up his connection to Zen and bragging about how he signed multiple talents on the weekend. Very look who I know And then, it gets worse and worse. The business meeting, they still had absolutely no idea how he was going to go through everything. Later found out that other friends, they said, had been approached or had been sent contracts and, all that kind of stuff. Organizations without this kind of plan to run merch and all these type of things and promise the world to their talents are often set up for a disaster, so it's best not to go for them. Absolutely did not want to be a part of any kind of fallout, so we decided to move on with our lives while watching the organization quietly and hoping for a different end. Outcome ultimately doesn't surprise me at all, but I want to express two important relevant things I learned from this. One, management organizations are incredibly difficult to sustain. Be very careful and really study an organization's track record before you consider joining. Two, if someone seems too good to be true, they probably are. And someone offering you management services, absolutely always do not trust this, do not engage. We have Floric, who says Cam was using Floric and using SVA. If Cam used SVA me to sweeten any deals, they never shared a server with the effing guy. We never had anything planned, not even thought of it occurred. I think I talked to an editor one time who may have worked with Luminara because we crossed paths from VTuber chat. The only people associated with me are my PA and my direct talent managers. If anyone says any talent managers, freelance managers, I see you, he says, any company say they have a connection with me, then of course verify it through the bivdev at sockagency.co and inquire there. Email is bizdev. And then you have been, if you have been affected by Luminara and my name was using this, please reach out and I'll do my best to try to dust you off and help you with what I'm able to. It says the amount of people he's hurt, he's lied to, it just gets worse and worse and worse. This only gets bigger. It is a goddamn shame that someone that, I thought had good intentions, did all of this stuff. Since SVA was mentioned, I want to clarify the side we never talked about Luminara except sponsoring small amount of Kori's concerts, Kori-Oujo, I'm guessing. And besides, we've never had any connection talks to anything Luminara. Our talents are participating in a meet and greet Luminara, where later learned it was Luminara that was hosting it. TLDR, if they were telling people they knew SVA, they did not. Here's another thing from Sarah as well. He told me to use my connections to get to places. And I posted about having a niche. That was him. He kept trying to get me to stick to one thing and wanted me to grow through that. It infuriated me. He kept telling me I'd be hard to grow at variety. He promised to reach out to events, companies, and people for me. I worry for I worry for any convention project, etc. that was being funded by the agency. Talents likely had projects in the works too. Never signed any contracts, so I can share these. He was here working on someone really big for N1, and honestly honored to be a part of it. I'll make it big. He promised big things. I'm going to see if I can get my own IP. The female VTuber hosts my events, so it's easier to get agencies involved. And they're, promising the world here, as you can see. Be event hosting management. Anyone would be an event hosting management agency. Got to keep expanding, but I'm bidding battle with those who want to work closely with N1. So yeah, he was saying that people were bidding for working with him. He had many other people, including Barefoot Electric, saying Zentrea's, who was Zentrea's manager. Just want to clarify that parted ways in them back July 17th. Again, backing up with what Zentrea was saying about being alerted to the situation, being alerted that their name was being used for everything going on, and that this is not them. This is not something that they were backing in any way, shape, or form. A few claims even so far as went to state that Kamano was saying he was managing Zentrea and had influence in her leaving vshojo. So all those things were happening. Can confirm he said all that stuff to me about Zen, which immediately knew BS and started me down the rabbit hole of my own Luminara scam unraveling. And it says, same thing happened 3 years ago about real Kamana. I was under wraps so freaking hard, like holy. And then it shows another one. And another situation here about things that were going on with Sky as well, Sky old account. And Pengi also had their stuff with Kamana. Manager asked questions about how the agency planned to operate long term. They did want to join that, and they passed the Luminara auditions, met the CEO, and went through everything, and actually were a part of it. Allegedly, everything was going well. Allegedly, everything was going well. He would also constantly belittle me for having no clout because I don't have a lot of followers. He showed me extremely disturbing imagery the first time we met in person, a video of live roaches getting sticks shoved through them. During what was supposed to be work call, we spent lots of time listening to music, which wasn't bad to listen to. Purpose of the call, it was business call, but it wasn't meant to be that. However, when I sent the link to my original song because the application we were filling out requested it, he started making fun of it and said it sounded like it had Tourette's. There was a bit more, of course, but this was just giving an overview of the situation. I don't know if talking about this is the right thing to do, and I don't know if sharing details would be more detrimental than helpful, but he wanted to provide information. And yeah, it was basically hell, it seemed like. He played your music too. He kept trying to flex his. It made me so uncomfy, especially during the supposed to be call regarding management. I'm so sorry, making fun of your songs is effed up. hello, I was going to be your model artist in Luminara. I was told none of this, and I am so incredibly sorry. You are so talented. Wait, like 3D model? I wasn't made aware I was going to have a model. So yeah. Yeah, this originally thought I was going to be an interview for a talent position, receiving 3D model, and that you'll be my gen mates. So yeah, other things like that. We told you both with 3D. He was going to let me know 3 knew it was 2D. So yeah, he screwed over a lot of people. Fantasy, oh my god, number 4, that pissed me off beyond everything. It did. Making fun of someone's song, that is vile. That is vile. And also, like, really? During a work call, making fun of someone's song, doing all that kind of stuff, it's vile. It's honestly vile. It really is messed up. I really feel for the people that had this whole situation. V Stella also says the whole thing. Kamana's partner with V Stella started off as a mentor-mentee relationship. We promised loads of, including bringing big names to the music company, including but unlimited to Cover Corp. So you used Cover Corp's name, Nijisanji's name, Issa Corva, and Obikady Cat, whereas his own talents. He used a lot of people's names to try to get this. And I'm sorry I'm making this so long, but this is an incredibly sad story that is going through the community, that is going through right now. And I am so sorry for anyone that was affected by this. It is absolutely horrible to see. Ooh, subliminal messaging. Follow the squirrel. Subscribe to the squirrel. This is not a psyop. This is just me being a dumbass. Ooh, subscribe. He is making a big change and graduating from independent concert creation, as we're going to Kori-Oujo, a wonderful VTuber, an independent female English-speaking VTuber who did a lot of different concerts out there. And today we're taking a look at this. She says, "Please read fully if you have time. Thank you for all the amazing memories. Look forward to you in my next era." She says, "Here I'm graduating from independent concert hosting as I look forward to my next chapter. I need to reclaim myself, not as an independent event organizer, but as Kori-Oujo, the content creator who is passionate about bridging the gap between VTubers in the IRL space. I want to pursue a sustainable future for myself and my Snow Pup Syrup community, because right now I feel awful. I've independently hosted 9 IRL concerts. Summer Splash in June will be my final one. I'm extremely grateful, and I will not take for granted the amazing accomplishment of producing these events. I'd like to also sincerely thank every VTuber who has performed in my concerts. However, independently hosting the IRL events have greatly taken away from my emotional, mental, physical health. I've worked almost every day nonstop for the past 7 months, and yet I consistently feel I diminish as a VTuber content creator. Tired, I'm hurting, I feel like a failure, and I don't belong in this space." They're not a failure. They've done amazing things. I mean, to be able to do 9 concerts independently is insane. That's an amazing thing for the VTubing community, especially as small VTubers. I need to refocus. I need a new chapter to write. Thus, I am deciding to cease organizing these IRL concerts by myself, as I've learned that these are not the correct catalysts to become an IRL event VTuber like I'd like to be. Maybe in the future, I will feel acknowledged for the impact of my IRL concerts, and thus I'd open organizing them again, but only if it makes sense for my health and brand. What's next? I will continue to work on myself as a content creator, and I hope to have your support in my growth. The Summer Splash concert will be my final goodbye to independent concert hosting, so I hope to see you there in person or on stream. I've got a bunch of new segments on my stream and fun side series on my short form content plan. I'm excited for this new era of VTubing. So they're not going to continue. They're not going to stop VTubing. They're just going to stop doing concerts. So, with this being said, a lot of people, including myself, have given her a lot of support because they have done amazing things. You can see here, a lot of people have come out and given her support for what she was able to do, and telling her she has done amazing things, that they have done great things for the community, because they really have, and to not feel down on themselves, because they shouldn't. They absolutely shouldn't. Including Rem Kanashibari, Ball, other people out here, a lot of good things she has done for the community, and I do wish her well in whatever she does in the future. Lalabell Lullaby is a Spanish-speaking VTuber with Chroma Shift's Akupin unit, along with Akugaki Koa. She was originally part of Idol ES with Ruby Heart, Taiga Toragami, and Mega 05. And we have here that they have made some new announcements. This was the big one here. They actually said that it wasn't going to be a scary announcement. That's what they said, that it was not going to be a scary announcement, that it was not going to be something like bad. But here are some of their first ones here. First, they're saying the content on YouTube and TikTok will be in it's in Spanish. It's all gonna be in Spanish, and they're gonna be doing mainly in the content of anime. It says the channel Twitch is principally gonna be in English. They're not gonna abandon the English audience. Just they're gonna be switching the way that they're organizing the content. It looks like they're doing a lot of this in Spanish. So I am going to let you guys know of the other announcements.
I'm dirty.
They have their schedule. That was the third announcement from what it looks like. Yeah. The last announcement actually is they have a new outfit reveal. That is going to be one of their things there. And I believe that is the only 3 announcements that they have announced for there. It is going to be Lullaby 2.0, going to be at 30th of May at 1600 or 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And yeah, the rest of that was just enjoying the the other announcements, the other things that shortening it up for the community, their new schedule, all that kind of fun stuff. It is good that they let their community know. It is not a problem. I mean, it's not bad that they are switching to YouTube content being other than streams. Like their actual content that they put out is going to be Spanish based. They are a primarily Spanish speaking VTuber that does, also English because they do have some English fans in there. So yeah, that is something that is going to maybe get some people to not watch. That is a thing. That is a risk that always happens. But as long as she's happy and the community's happy, that's more of what matters. Welcome back, everybody, to the VTuber Showcase, the place where I like to showcase up-and-coming VTubers of various sizes, shapes, forms, types, everything in between. The reason why I do this is simple. I want it to be a positive space among all of the dark things that are happening in the community. And, sometimes I talk about those things too. But I do want to have a positive space for VTubers and to help VTubers pop up and come up. Just like, I wish I had the chance when I was much smaller. So I want to use whatever tiny little bit of clout I have to help other VTubers. And today we're talking about Eilon, Knighton. I hope I'm saying it right. I'm probably saying it wrong. I'm really bad at pronouncing things. I'm sorry. And here we go. It says, hello, I'm an elf constellation mage VTuber from the UK. The banner was made by them. And we're taking a look at something that they recently did here, which was Subnautica 2. And yes, it is. Yes, Subnautica 2. Let's take a look.
Little fruit flies have been bothering me for the past day or two. No, more than a day. Look what I brought. Look what I brought.
A little guy. Hey, little guy. Aww.
Yeah, vibrating guy.
Oh, it's one of these. Look over there.
It's one of those floaty floaties. But yeah, they are doing a lot. They're doing what they can to continue to grow, and I want to see if I can, at least let you guys see new ones. I know that a lot of you guys do like the VTuber showcases. So that's why I want to continue showing them. Not as often as I did before, of course. I used to do 2 every day. Now I'm doing them every once in a while, just to kind of continue that. I've already done over 1,100 so far, so I do want to continue doing them as much as I can. So today, thank you so much. This is there over here. Their Eilon Knighton 2493. I will try to put it down in the description below. If you don't see it there, then at the very least you can see right here where to look them up. Thank you so much, Eilon, for allowing me to showcase you on my channel. Thank you, and I do appreciate it, and I do hope this helps you in some way.
Interior by Atlas Coltrane, released in 1971. Totally ruined it for me.
None of those words meant anything to me.
Why do they have this
You would
in
not
a
be saying
game?
these gross slobbering noises. Like, okay, I obviously do not have I do not have a partner to give you guys an example, but I do have a hairbrush, which I'm not sure, but is probably a very similar experience. Listen to this, okay? You will not.
Yeah, you will not hear those noises, but still, what kind of game has that for teens?
slobbering.
What the fuck?
Okay, that's enough.
It's all slimy. I mean, a lot of things are slimy everywhere, but why the hell do they have that for teens? This is not made. No. It's the only game I've ever seen in my life that has a makeout session for teens put into such detail. These are underage people, and you put it to such detail. It's disgusting. Thank you guys for watching as always, and of course, take a look, and if you enjoy everything, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification icon, all those things that YouTube asks of you. Really do appreciate you. Have a wonderful day.